Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. First off, I want to give a big thanks to all of you guys for the support in the last few days. At the start of the week, I was only at about 15 subscribers, and at the time of recording this, you guys have grown the channel to over 300 subs in just about 5 days. So truly, thank you all so much for the support. Now without further ado, let's begin our dive into some more odd and disturbing things on the internet. The first channel we will be taking a look at is called Olivier de Sagazon, I believe is how you pronounce it. This channel has been around for over a decade now, and originally it was thought that this video was from the dark web, but that was soon debunked. In fact, there's nothing sinister going on here at all. Olivier was originally a biologist before going on his journey of performance art, and across the channel you can see that his content mainly consists of these deformed faces made of what looks to be clay. These videos are definitely uncanny, but yet they are immensely provoking, which I love. Olivier's art is what we call performance art, and much of it is abstract with no easily found explicit message. His videos do contain descriptions, which gives us a hint as to what Olivier was thinking during the process of creating his art. I definitely suggest looking into this channel and watching through at least some of the videos, as they are very high quality and still very disturbing. This next channel that we'll be looking at is a very strange one. I'm sure all of you know about the long-running comedy series known as Family Guy. This channel on a surface glance seems to just be another standard compilation channel, but if you leave them playing up until the very end, you find something that's a tad out of place.
I know what to do for this video, so I'm just gonna tell you guys, you guys.
Odd that a Family Guy compilation channel has videos of young girls, no? One could make the assumption that the girl seen here is the owner of the channel making these videos under adult supervision, but then again, as we dive deeper, we see that she isn't the only child in these videos. I originally came by this channel and its oddities about 2 weeks ago, and upon trying to get footage for today's video, I found that all of the videos available on the channel have now removed the outros with the children, which I found extremely odd. On the most recent video from about 7 months ago, we can see the links to a second channel. Pixels After Dark has a great video on the topic, and I highly suggest you watch it if you're interested in this topic. The weirdest thing that I personally gathered from the second channel is that in the playlist tab, there was a special series of videos that were filled with children. Again, quite odd for a channel to have this when it's focused on Legos. These two videos have since either been deleted or unlisted, so we can't see them anymore. Furthermore, there was a Telegram link in the description labeled as business under the Family Guy videos, but that also has been removed, which doesn't help fight off the suspiciousness of the channel. There could very well be nothing going on here, and the owner of the channel is just using the footage of the children as a way to fight copyright bots, or maybe there's something more sinister going on behind the scenes. The next two videos we are looking at is not a web series or anything confined to the internet, but rather something that is grounded in reality. These two clips are not oddities per se, but they are still quite unnerving and disturbing to watch, so I did want to briefly touch on them in this video and include them. Additionally, I also want to note that these two videos have no relation to each other, but both are rather short, so I will be presenting them together. Many of you, including myself, were not born yet to witness this incident, but in 1986, CNN hosted a live broadcast of the Challenger shuttle launch, and in an unexpected turn of events, the shuttle burst into flames. It was later stated that the reasoning for the disaster was an inability for the O-rings to seal a joint in the shuttle's right side booster. Due to the record low temperatures on the launch day, the elasticity of the rings was diminished, making it difficult for them to sufficiently seal the joints. On this day, 7 individuals lost their lives. All the while, the family and friends witnessed their end either in person or on television.
Engines beginning throttling down now at 94%. Normal throttles for most of the flight, 104%. We'll throttle down to 65% shortly. Engines at 65%, 3 engines running normally, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good APUs. Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles, downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
Looks like a couple of the solid rocket boosters blew away from the side of the shuttle in an explosion.
Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
In 2009, the Wheeler family decided to go on a trip to an amusement park, prepared for a joyous time as a family. But instead, what they received was a scarring memory that I'm sure they will never forget. Kyle Wheeler and his dad were seated in the front of the ride called the Accelerator when the roller coaster's launch cable snapped and split the cart in half. While many people were unscathed, Kyle unfortunately had a large gash going down his left leg. You can see the horror and shock in the father's face as he slowly realizes what had happened and he eagerly calls for help. All the while, the mother of the family is watching on the ground level, quoted as saying, "I literally thought I had just watched my son and husband die in front of my eyes." Kyle was unable to walk for several years before ultimately making a recovery. The family agreed upon an undisclosed settlement for the accident outside of court. In some ways, I find these two videos much more unsettling than other pieces of horror, as these two events are real. And if you have ever been in a situation where your life or the life of a loved one was at risk, these were likely to hit close to home. This next topic reels us back into the realms of the internet, while still reminding us of the overarching dread that we may face at any moment in the real world. It is
Normal programming has been interrupted at the request of the U.S. government. Everyone receiving this broadcast should pay close attention. The information contained in this broadcast is vital to your safety. Please stand by.
EAS stands for Emergency Alarm System and activates most frequently upon imminent dangerous weather conditions, as well as non-weather related messages such as an event of national emergency. This isn't something confined to a single channel, rather it spans across many channels on YouTube. There are numerous channels that put out very sophisticated and in-depth scenarios, while others are more fictional, such as a zombie outbreak.
To remain in your homes and to not leave under any circumstances at all. National Guard forces are currently deployed, and all local law enforcement are tasked with taking down any aggressive infected they come across. 10 days ago, a new viral outbreak had broken out in New York City and had quickly spread throughout the Northeast and is currently ravaging its way through the Midwest, southern United States, and is quickly making its way to the west coast. All citizens are advised to remain inside their homes and to not be seen on the streets. The infected are extremely aggressive and will attack those who are not infected. Once infected, there is no known cure and there is a 100% probability of death. Keep themselves safe. May God watch over you all.
The most eerie thing, however, about these alarms are that they will sprout up from nowhere, potentially causing mass confusion. And upon the masses overcoming the confusion, they are met with dread and fear, now knowing that their lives are at risk and could potentially come to an end in the near future. If you're able to make it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much. If you're new to the channel, feel free to check out some of the other videos that are available. I'll talk to you all again very soon.